and welcome to Cooking with Baz. We've got Lady Linda on the camera again this morning. In sporting parlance, Linda would also be known as a boundary rider for special comments. Those special comments are normally when I muck things up or use the wrong ingredient or forget to put something in. So those whispers that you hear come from the lovely Linda behind the camera. We should be able to get by today with her awesome help. As we always do on the Happiness Aid, start with our gratitudes. Really grateful to have a second opportunity today to present some cooking for you. We asked what you were looking for, and kind of predominantly there was a theme around something easy, something healthy, something quick, something that the kids would like. And so today we're focusing on something that covers all of those bases with some meatless sausage rolls, vegetarian sausage rolls. And I've got to tell you, I'm a bit of a vegetarian phobe. Not against vegetarians, but about their food. To me, it's got to have meat in it, but these are delicious. They are absolutely amazing, and I actually ate them for some time before realising that they weren't made of meat. So some beautiful vegetarian sausage roll, and we're just going to do a quick fish taco. The kids will love these. They're super simple. We're going to make the flatbreads themselves. No use buying them out from the shops when they're so easy to make. So let's get on to it. Now we're going to be using a thermo mix today. It doesn't matter if you haven't got one, you can just use a normal stick blender sort of thing. Cut it up with your hands. It really isn't that bad. So I just need to take that out and find out where the DC is. Right, so what we're going to do is make these beautiful sausage rolls, and this is super simple. So the first thing we're going to do is get an onion, chop it into quarters or halves, just one onion, into your blender or your thermo.
Or food processor.
There we go, comments from the boundary, food processor. Some mushrooms, maybe 4 or so. And then just whatever mixed herbs you like, the sorts of taste you like. So I love these. These are semi-dried herbs. They keep really well in the fridge. So they're easier to keep than your normal fresh herbs. And I think they've got more taste to them than the dry herbs. So we're just going to put in some parsley flakes. We'll use some basil, which Linda and I really like. So just some basil in there, and maybe some mixed herbs as well. So again, this is entirely up to you. What you're going to do. Put in some of these mixed herbs, and then all we're going to do is very quickly, 6 seconds. Now these make a hell of a noise, as you probably know, so bear with me for 6 seconds. So if you, all of the recipes and everything we will post up after we're finished today. So 6 seconds at 6 power, bear with me for the noise. Not too bad. Open that up. And so now we've got our chopped onion and mushrooms. Now to that we're going to simply add about 100 grams of walnuts. Walnuts are quite funny because they're actually shaped like a little brain, and they're actually really good brain food. So walnuts really good for you. Chuck about 100 grams of those in, and about 100 or so grams of rolled oats to go in as well. I've just pre-measured these out simply to save a bit of time. I'm getting advice from the boundary again. And And we're going to do this one now for 5 seconds on 6. You can actually hear when it's finished the sound of the blades changes. And now we're starting to get quite an interesting mixture. Just scrape down the sides of that. And now we add our final ingredients. So we've got some beautiful feta, Persian feta cheese here. This is about 150 grams of feta. We particularly like this one. This one's a Persian feta with herbs and spices. It's got a lovely taste to it. Again, whatever you want to do, you just put plain feta. You could use sheep, cow, whatever you like. Totally up to you. And this gives the sausage rolls a really nice taste, but also some texture to them as well. And then we've got about 40 grams of fresh breadcrumbs. So this was just done in the blender. It's about a slice and a bit of bread, so we'll just pour that into there as well. And then some tamari, which is a brewed soy sauce. Tamari's, it's got that soy sauce flavour, but without the real intense hit of salt. In Asian cooking, it's called umami. It's the savoury part of the taste, which is just beautiful. So, about a tablespoon of tamari. Now we're just going to mix that up again, and hopefully on live, Happiness Live, this is going to work all right. So this is about 20 seconds. And we're going to just do this on about 3 or 4, just to mix it around. So while that's doing that, we'll just prepare the area to make these sausage rolls. The oven's already preheated to 200 degrees. And we'll cross our fingers now and hope that this mixture looks right. Oh, a bit nerve-wracking when you're doing it. Oh, look at that. So, I've lost my scraper. What did I do with my scraper?
Yeah.
Oh, hope it's not in the mixture. Thanks. Okay. So we've now got our sausage meat ready for the next part of the process. So I'm just going to clean up the bench a little bit. So hard for space at the moment, and we go get our puff pastry out of the fridge. Now when you buy this, it's obviously frozen, so give yourself plenty of time to defrost your sheets. Probably should have opened it first. Fat fingers. My nephews call me Chips, and I couldn't work out why they called me Chips, and they reckon I got fingers like chipolatas. That's why they call me Chips. So here we go, we've got our puff pastry. I'm going to take off one sheet of these. Beautiful. Lay that down. Oops. What we're going to do is we're just going to crack an egg, one of our beautiful googie eggs from the shed that you saw last week, for those that came down and saw it. Give that a bit of a whisk. Okay, so now what we're going to do is simply get this this mixture, and we're going to lay it across the bottom edge of our puff pastry. Don't come too close to the edge. And again, it's really up to you how big you want your sausage rolls, how thick you want them. Ooh, a bit of plastic there, we don't want that in it. And then we're going to just give this one roll. Just fold this over, nice and gently, and then we're simply going to place some egg now on the leading edge of here, so that'll stick. Cut across and continue to roll, and then we've got our first sausage roll ready to go into our thank you, our pre-prepared lined baking tray. So that's one. We'll do another one. Thanks, Linda. Multitasking again. We should have enough to do another one on this one. So we'll grab our mixture here. Well, this might be a little bit small. Actually, we might do it this way. I think that's what Linda was indicating to me. Very cleverly, through sign language. Looks a bit messy, but here we go. So this one will be a big fat one. Roll him over again. Just get some egg on that leading edge. And that, my friends, is as hard as it is to make these beautiful sausage rolls. Now, just as a word of advice, you can see here that my sausage rolls aren't the same size, so cooking them, try and keep them even in terms of their thickness so they'll cook. Now we're simply going to score these across the top like this. Now if you wanted to, you could add some sesame seeds to these if that's what you wanted to do. It's entirely up to you. And then we'll paint these with the remaining egg yolk. Give them a nice golden texture when they come out of the oven. They take about 20 minutes. So whilst that's happening, we're going to get on to the second part of our dish, which is some fish tacos. So I'm just going to pop this in the oven, 200 for about 20 minutes. Dodgy oven needs to be closed with another latch. Timer. "20 minutes, ready to go." Okay, so we'll start with the next part of our process, which is our fish tacos. And we'll be running out of room here, but bear with us and we'll see if we can excuse my back. There's a good idea, Linda. Distract the viewers whilst I try and get this going. Okay. So these fish tacos, are super easy. I mean, ridiculously easy, but they taste so good. And again, there's a couple of different ways that you can to do these in terms of your fish. So the first thing we need to do is to get our dough going. So I'm going to do, again, you can use your Thermomix for this, but today I'm just going to do it in a bowl and hope that it works. I'm sure it will. Now Linda, if you can pass me that flour and water, keeping me in shot of course all the time. Good job. Thank you. So we've got, I can't remember how much flour it was, 2 cups of flour and a cup of water. Now I've reduced the measurements today because we're only going to make a couple of tacos online, Again, the full recipe will be on this site after I finish. So all we're going to do, for those of you as old as me, you'd probably remember the old glue that we used to make with flour and water. This is all that is. So it's just your flour. Again, this is something that your kids can do. The thing that we spoke last time about cooking and how important it was to create memory with your kids. The thing that I think is really important with cooking is, yes, it's the food, yes, it's the nutrition, all of those sort of things, I get that. But cooking is about love. Cooking is about being able to share with someone food. To cook for them is a demonstration of love. And you often hear on these cooking shows, you know, the judges will say, oh, you know, there's a lot of stress on the plate. And that kind of sounds a bit crazy, but it's true. If you cook with love, the food tastes lovely, it's got a real feel to it. Now, for all you mums out there who are kind of going, yeah, that's all very well, but at 5:30 when the kids are killing each other and they've just got home from school, I've just got home from work, hubby's still at the pub or still working, I'm really not in the mood to be cooking with love. And I get that, I seriously get that. It is a stressful time and you do what you need to do to get that food on the table, kids bathed and into bed. So I totally get it. But where you can, where you've got the time, cooking with love is an incredible gift to those that you love. We used to have a cafe in Fremantle, and we got paid the ultimate compliment by a customer who used to come in for our, when I say our, it was actually Linda's somewhat famous smoked homemade baked beans. And they were cooked with love. Linda used to cook these every single night to take in the next day. And despite her being tired, they were always given the love and attention that they deserved. And this lady said to us, she said, when I come to the cafe and eat your food, I feel like I've been given a great big warm hug, which is no better compliment in terms of food. So that's kind of what we're aiming for here, is to cook with love so that people feel like they've got a big warm hug. So a little side note there. Well, whilst I'm looking at this flour, it just reminded me, quite sadly, that there's been an Italian chef who's been quite sick for some time, Italian chef, and I heard last night he passed away. No? You're just shaking your head. I thought it was really funny. Passed away? No. Alright, so we're going to put this water into our mix here. I thought it was a really good joke.
Yeah, not during the coronavirus.
It was pasta. And with this, you're just basically going to do what you feel is necessary. So if it's too dry, add some water. If it's too wet, then add some flour. It really is as simple as that. But what we want to do is make up a nice little dough. If you want to put some oil in this as well, you can. I haven't for this time. So it's still looking a bit dry. We just want it to come together into a really nice soft dough. Because as I said, these are the flatbreads for our tacos. I'm just going to grab some flour, get my hands kind of floury, and bring that together and give it a bit of a knead. It's probably a little bit wet maybe, so I might just add a little bit of flour, so that we start to get this nice kind of consistent dough. Still a little bit wet. Put too much water in. Embarrassing if I can't get this together. There we go, starting to come together nice. Yep, beautiful. So you can see the consistency there. You don't want it too dry. but you also kind of don't want it sticking to your hand or to the roller when you're putting it out, and it's obviously sticking to the board as well. So just want to get this right, have a bit of a play with it. It's starting to come together nice, and hopefully we'll be able to get out a couple of nice little taco shells. So you would leave this for 10 minutes. I'm going to start prepping the vegetables. Linda, I don't know what you can do, but I need to wash my hands and get another board. So if you could do a song and dance, that would be really good. So Linda's going to get the board for me. Thank you for that. You'll note there was a comment last cooking class that I didn't have an apron on and they were disappointed. So I'm wearing, I've got flour on it already. I'm wearing my Barcelona apron. Whenever Linda and I go away, we always try and do a cooking course and find out what the local cuisine is. When I was in Barcelona, I did some Spanish cooking and went to this amazing school to do paella, and got really drunk drinking the Spanish wines. Beautiful, beautiful food. So next we're going to do is just roughly chop up some tomatoes. Just going to do this very quickly. You don't want them too big, but we want them big enough to kind of hold their shape, texture a little bit. Rushing this a little bit.
This is what happens in our household when someone starts chopping something in the kitchen.
Hello guys, this is Bailey, otherwise known, used to be known as Fat Dog, but she's got old and got skinny. And this is our greyhound, used to be a racing greyhound, and he's now a beautiful pet within our house. He's doing his yoga. Downward dog. If you're ever looking for a dog, I've got to tell you, greyhounds as pets will set you up with a greyhound. They are the most beautiful dogs. Sorry, Bailey, you're beautiful too. But they really are just the most beautiful dogs. Linda just said Dana's watching. So Dana's actually from greyhounds as pets. Give Dana a call, or Tara, or Lexi. Honestly, you will not regret it. I was going to show you how to take the pip out of an avocado, but it just fell out. But if it's hard to get out, just chop it with your knife, turn it, and it will come out. Simple as that. And now what we're going to do is simply make kind of a guacamole for our tacos. It's really not a full guac. Making a mess of that. It's just really avocado, lemon, a lime, and some mayonnaise. So I'll just scoop this out as well. Whoops. So all we're going to, I think I'm going to make this a little bit, oh no, it should be alright. Just, whoops, probably should have done this prior, but just mash your avocado up. It doesn't have to be super gluggy, again, there's a little bit of texture here that we can have on the tacos. Just mix that through. And then we're going to a squeeze of lime. This is off our tree. These are super juicy. I love lime, just the smell of lime is just absolutely beautiful. Whoops. And then just a squeeze of mayonnaise to kind of just bring it all. Clearly a new one that we bought yesterday. I didn't take the top off. Oh dear. Here we go. Crisis averted. A squeeze of mayonnaise. Looking to Linda to see if that was enough. She didn't say no or yay, so let's go with yes. So we've got a kind of guacamole or avocado spread there. We've got our tomatoes. And now what we're going to do is just very, very quickly chop up some lettuce. Now, guys, you can use anything you like. The good thing about tacos is that if you've got some vegetables or things in the fridge that you want to get rid of, you know, a couple of leaves of this or just one tomato, you can really get rid of any vegetables you like. Anything you like to vegetable-wise or salad-wise that you want, you can certainly put in it. There's no rules to this. This is a good thing. It's kind of free-form cooking. Put in whatever you like. So we've got some lettuce there. Got some guacamole. And now we're going to get on to our fish. As you can see, I'm probably not the most tidy cook, but it is very difficult doing this live and in such a small space. So what we're going to do is turn this board over so I've got a nice clean surface to work on. Now, let me tell you about this fish. Linda's not a keen fish person, doesn't like the really strong fishy fish. So we buy this blue spot emperor. Comes from Woolworth. It's $10 for a good size for 2 people, so it's not expensive. Product of Australia, as far as I know. Yes, caught in Australia. So kind of ticking all the boxes for us. Just a note, and you might notice this with any pre-packed meat or fish. Sometimes when you first open them, you get a very strong smell. It smells like it's off. Don't worry about that. That's just the packing of these. So you can see here for $10 you get a nice lot of fillets. And this fish is a really mild fish. Your kids will love this if they're not into kind of the stronger fish. And then what we do is kind of just trim these up so that they will fit nicely into a taco. So we're going to make a couple today, so I might just use those 2 bits there, and we'll just do our demonstration with those 2 bits for the taco. So what we're going to do is we've got some flour here. Just going to put a bit of salt in the flour and mix that around, and then just simply dredge those in flour. Now the other thing I love to do with these is to put them in panko breadcrumbs. They are delicious, absolutely beautiful. So again, probably not the healthier version. We're trying to kind of keep it as healthy as we can. So yeah, we're just going to dredge these in some flour and then just fry them up very, very quickly. So what we need to do is get moving, because I'm dragging my feet a little bit, thank you Linda, is we need to go back and start cooking. Just put these up here. So we've got our dough, it's rested probably not as much as it should have. And we'll just need, yeah, thanks, I have a little bit more flour on the board and on my hands. And all we need to do is kind of break off a little bit, and what we want to do is make this into a flatbread. So Linda's just realised, and I've just realised that I haven't got the rolling pin out, and I should have. So she's miraculously appears from nowhere, the rolling pin. Now, last night on MasterChef, young Danny was making these, and she made them too thick. I was even sitting on the chair going, "No, Danny, they're too thick, they're too thick." So they've got to be quite thin, not so thin that they won't hold together, but I'm seriously running out of space. Yeah, so that they're relatively soft. And this dough mixture, I know it's just flour and water, but is so soft and silky. So I'm just going to try and put that there. We'll just do one more for the purpose of the exercise. grab some more flour. The flour's just disappeared. Thank you, it's just reappeared miraculously. This is the magic kitchen. I've got a magic magic clothes basket too. It's amazing. I just put clothes in the basket and they empty like a miracle, and they come back clean. Must be a fairy in the house or something. So, wow, you should see the looks I'm getting behind the camera. Head shakes, yeah, everything. Okay, so we've got our 2 little tacos, our flatbreads. Make sure they're not too thick around the edges. Oh, it's got a lump in that one. Okay, so
put them on top of that.
Okay, so I'm getting directions left, right and centre here. So we're going to just bring this over here. Excuse me while I try and make all this work. We spoke last week about our griddle, our fry pan. Let's start heating that up. Just a little bit of oil. This is a non-stick pan, so won't need much. And whilst Linda's just filming that getting hot, which is a little bit like watching paint dry, I'll grab a couple of egg slices. We've got 3 minutes. Step over the dog. So these flatbreads, there's so much that you can do with these. You don't need to buy them from the shops. Like seriously, these are just beautiful. You can put salt and rosemary on them and just have them as like a cracker. There's so much you can do with it. They're just beautiful. So all we're going to do is lay this in the pan. It's still warming up a bit. So we'll just wait for that to cook on this side. I'm just going back over to check on the sausage rolls. Hopefully they're cooking. Just needs a bit more on that side. So what you can do, and again this is a personal choice, you can cook these to quite charred or just have them brown. Personal choice. Sometimes the little burnt bits that you get on them add a really nice flavour to them. Let's just flip this over and see where we're at. Okay, you could probably do with some more on that, and then the pans, I should have put that pan on a little bit earlier, but there we go, it's starting to cook up, and you'll get a little bit of a puff from the dough. We'll just continue to wait. I'm just going to check on these, see if they need more time.
Yeah, give them a bit.
Yeah, they're a little bit blonde, but geez, they're looking and smelling really good. Really good. Know what I'm having for lunch? Oops. Yes, shush.
Another 10. Oh, 5, yeah.
We compromised and went to 8. Oh! Dog! Seriously! Okay, now you start to see we're starting to get these little nice little brown bits on it, starting to puff up a little bit. And again, you kind of do these to your own liking. Just saying that. Here's another one. Hey! Seriously? What do they say? Never work with dogs or animals or children. Speaking of which, you did a great job the other day, Katrina, with the twins. Okay, it's starting to come up really, really nice. Just in the interest of time, I'm just going to put the other one on. That's looking really, really good. We'll do our second one. Get our fish cooked. And yeah, we'll be in business. didn't do my gratitudes this morning, which we always do in Happiness Co. To start off with our gratitude. So my gratitudes today are for the opportunity to be here with you wonderful people. My second gratitude is for the love that I feel at the moment through Happiness Co. with my family. I got to see my son yesterday. Got to see some pictures of my beautiful granddaughter. I'm really looking forward this afternoon to seeing my other granddaughter on FaceTime, and just really grateful for having such beautiful family and friends. And my third gratitude is for my meditation and breath work that I've been doing at the moment. It really seems to be centering me. So they're my three gratitudes for today. See how this goes. So you'll see it starting just to puff up a little bit here. Oh yeah, it's got a nice bit of char to it. I probably would do these a little bit longer normally, so just have a bit of a play with these yourself to find out how much you want them. But they're really light, beautiful tacos, soft tacos. Okay, we'll give that just a minute or two, and then what we're going to do now is take that one out, and I'm going to just very quickly cook this fish. Now, it's very thin. We don't need to cook this very long at all. Just knock that temperature down a bit, really small. Actually, I might just put some butter in there as well. And obviously you ladies will know that you put the oil in with the butter to stop the butter from burning. This just gives it a nice nutty taste to it. It'll be hot. Just put this on here. And these, as I say, won't take very long at all to cook. Just over some of that butter and oil. As I said, you could dry fry these if you're really looking for a healthy snack. Absolutely no dramas with that at all. The butter does just provide a really nice nutty taste to it. I'll just give that a minute or so. How are we going for time? Yep, we're doing alright for time. Hopefully our sausage rolls are going to be cooked. We'll have tacos, sausage rolls, put it all together. I'm just going to flip this over. Beautiful. Oh, flip it over. Okay, so we've got a nice colour on that with the burnt butter. We'll just do this for a minute on this side and we'll be ready to put it all together. Now, you can see I've probably not cooked enough fish for the size of these, so I'm going to put both of these pieces into this taco, and we'll just make the one. Okay, look, they're cooked. We'll take them off. Just let them drain a little bit. And we get to the good part. Now I'm just going to put this in the sink, and you can stay here if you like and show off those beautiful pieces of fish. Turn that off because it'll keep beeping at me. Come back to here. Right, so this is how easy it is. Nice warm taco shell. So I might turn that down that way. Some guacamole or avocado and mayonnaise with a squeeze of lime. Just place your fish inside there like that. Bit of lettuce. These are so simple and you won't believe how lovely they taste. Some tomato. I'm a bit of a fiend when it comes to salt. Just a little crack of salt. If you wanted to And I do just another little bit of mayonnaise, although there is mayonnaise in the guac. It just gives it a bit of extra taste. Japanese mayonnaise is beautiful. And there you have your fish taco. And it's simply then a matter of just rolling it up. You can't eat these nicely. They drip, that's half the fun of it. And there we have this beautiful fish taco, which I'm going to have a bite of now. Hopefully the fish is not too hot. Oh, it's just so good. The fish is beautiful. The guacamole really goes with the fish and the fresh salad. These tortillas are just yummy. They're really nice. They're much better than anything. I really like another bite. So I'm going to take a bite and then we're going to get our sausage rolls out. So here we go. Look at that. It's just beautiful. A happy dance because I'm happy. Food, beautiful food. Okay, so let's go and get one of these sausage rolls. That should be about cooked now. Now I won't be able to eat this one straight away because it'll be like lava hot. But we will pull it out. How are we looking? Lady Linda?
Yeah, I think they're good. I think they're good enough.
I would probably do these, say another minute or so, 5 minutes or so. But you're getting the idea of it. We will just take out. I'll burn myself here, without a doubt. What is? Oh, shush. What do they say? Fingers are for burning. We got that beautiful sausage roll. Nice and healthy, and I guarantee you won't know it's not meat. So you can serve that up. Certainly you're going to have to make this look a bit nicer. And there's a beautiful healthy meal, fish taco, meatless sausage roll. What more could you ask for? Okay, Linda's just telling me to cut this sausage roll. Ouch. What? So you could use tomato sauce with this, any of your sauces, but a nice tomato chili jam, a honey and mustard sauce, totally up to you. Nice as they are. Ooh. I'm not going to be able to eat that because it's super hot. But we've got this nice walnut mushroom mixture inside. Take that up so you can see. Beautiful thin pastry, puff pastry. Wonderful sausage rolls. So, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you to the Happiness Aid people for allowing me to cook, to do what I really love to do. And who knows, might even see you next week. This is Baz and Lady Linda signing off on Happiness Aid. Love you all. Bye.